What's going on, guys? Chuck here with another awesome Blu-ray purchase. Today we're taking a look at a new collection, if you will, just released from the Criterion collection, and that is Tom Browning's Sideshow Shockers. This is a collection of three of director Tom Browning's films, I guess, some of his more notorious ones. Todd Browning, of course, is best known, I would think, for at least two movies. He's done plenty, obviously, but there's two that really stick out in mind. One being 1931's Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi, of course, a classic, and the film that kind of started the Universal monsters, if you will, the legacy of that. And then 1932's Freaks, which was highly controversial at the time for its use of real, I guess, carnival sideshow performers, people with malformities, which really shocked audiences back then. Those are like the two big films he's known for. And actually, if I remember right, Freaks was kind of like I won't say the downfall, but kind of one of the last things he did. He kind of, his reputation, or I say his reputation, but he kind of went out of favor a little bit, maybe because of that film. But he was known, from what I've read and heard, he grew up, or at least he either grew up or had a fascination with carnival, the carny folk, if you will, the sideshows, those kind of things. So it was kind of in his blood. He gravitated towards these individuals, that type of environment, and he had a thing for the weird, for lack of a better term. And that's why I guess he was so adept at these kind of films. What Criterion Collection has done here in this nice collection, again, the Todd Browning, Sideshow Shockers, is they put together three of these types of films. Obviously, the first and foremost is Freaks, which I'm not sure. I could be mistaken, but this may be the first time Freaks has been on Blu-ray. I don't know. I haven't seen it on Blu-ray. I've only seen it on DVD. So I could be mistaken on that. I'm not sure. But it also includes two of his silent films, because he was a very prolific silent film director. I believe Dracula might have been his first film on sound. And if you watched it film, you can tell this is right, again, that was 1931. So it's right in the transition of sound from silent films into sound, and it really shows the Dracula, because there's a lot of emptiness sound wise in that film, which would eventually, as films would move on, that would be kind of a thing of the past. But you can tell it really has a silent film feel to it. But anyways, this includes the I think it was 25's The Mystic, and I think it was 1927, I'm getting those dates right, The Unknown, was starring Lon Chaney Sr. I've never seen either one of those two films. I have seen Freaks. I actually own a copy of Freaks prior to this. But I have heard of The Unknown with Lon Chaney. I think I've heard about it in, either as a documentary on the history of Universal monsters, or Universal's horror in itself, or could have been any one of the horror history documentaries. But I have heard of that one. The Mystic, I'm not sure about. So here's this really nice collection here. Cover, there's, let's see, side and your features. I'll take a screenshot and put it up closer for these features. There's quite a few. These are all restorations, 2K restorations of all three films, which is really nice. There's a couple, special features on here. I don't know if everything that was on this original DVD of Freaks, once again, this is my copy. I don't know if it ever reached Blu-ray. It could have, I don't know, but this version had a commentary by David J. Skalls, a historian, an author. You see him a lot on these any kind of documentary, or on the Universal Monsters collection. You'll see him pop up a lot. You have Dark Carnival: A Secret of World of Todd Browning's Hollywood Master of the Macabre, There's a nice little documentary, and then you have a documentary on Freaks Sideshow Cinema, which is this history of the Freaks, if you will, from the classic to the modern day as of this time. And then prologue and alternate endings, which I believe the prologue, the alternate endings are on. I did see the report over here. The documentary, I'm not sure about. Again, I have to take a closer look at the special features on here. But what you do get in this set, again, this is slip us out. You have Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers. I can't remember that. You have to look at it. Here's the back of the fold out with the 3 movies. And inside you've got the 2 discs, which, let's see, disc 1 is Freaks by itself. Disc 2 does have the Unknown and the Mystic on it. So Freaks is all by itself. And obviously it is the headliner of the show, if you will. And inside you also have this little booklet, which looks nice, like a little journal, just kind of nice. And basically you're going to break down the films, a little information on each film. Todd Browning's Ballyhoo Art by Farah Smith Neem, and then a little bit about the restorations. Basically you're talking about the films, you have a little essay, and then a word about the restorations. So kind of flip you through. There's a lot of information in the book. Here. Go back a page here. Maybe. For instance, here's talking about Freaks. And then you got your casts and credit. Nice little photos. And then the Unknown. And I believe, which the thing I remember about this was Lon Chaney Sr. again, who was known for doing his own makeup and always wanted to have some kind of deformity or something when he did a part. And I believe for this, he is basically a man with no legs. I think he might have been a knife thrower or something, but he had no legs. And from the clips I've seen, it's amazing. Again, the makeup effects he was able to accomplish in the late 20s or mid to late 20s is fascinating, even in this day and age. So, again, why he was known as the man with 1,000 faces. Speaking of which, there's that nice little. And I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking about. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Here's the Mystic, and some cast and crew on the pages there. And again, here's your article, this essay on Todd Browning's Ballyhoo Art. This looks like a pretty lengthy essay, which would be interesting to read. So this is a nice little booklet in here. And that's really all there is to this set, but it's really cool to get these collections. Not so much, well, yeah, definitely for Freaks, obviously, but also the fact that they're including the Mystic and the Unknown in here, two lesser known, if known at all, by most. I'm sure if you really Todd Browning fans who are probably very well aware of those films, but they are silent films, so have these preserved and brought in this collection with Freaks, which they'll kind of fit a very similar theme, so it makes sense. It's nice to have that again. Great release by the Criterion collection. And again, to reiterate, I don't believe that Freaks was put on Blu-ray, so it's nice to getting this, and it's probably gonna be the best the film is probably gonna look. I don't know what kind of elements they have for Freaks. Let's see here. Just says the 2K digital restoration. I don't know where they get the elements from, but it'd be interesting. Like I said, the DVD I had this, which is for the longest time. This is a very good copy of the film, so I'll be really interested to see how good the restoration looks, along with the other two films. So really nice. So that is it for now. If you enjoy this, click thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you picked up this collection, if you have freaks, if you've seen freaks. You know, my history with freaks is so much, and it's one of those things that I'd heard about as a kid in one of the many monster books I used to read about, you know, as a kid, and it's one I always wanted to. It fascinated me just hearing about it because from knowing its controversy at that time, it's just one of the things I see this. So I was really glad when I think I first rented it somewhere, you know, from a Blockbuster once, and then I was able to get a copy of it myself. So it's really glad I was able to get a hold of this and see it because it was one as a child I just had to find and just thought out. Just I really wanted to see Freaks because it seemed so crazy and weird, you know, to a young child's mind. So, and it is, you know, a favorite. I do really enjoy it, and it's a nice, I don't say morality tale. In ways, I guess it is, you know, but it's a nice way of showing, you know, how these people can be misunderstood, and you know, just that is misunderstood. The words are escaping me right now. But you find out, you know, it's really the normal people who are the ones with all the problems, you know, which sounds about right. So, rambling on, or just say hi. I'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck saying I will see you on the other side.